Remember what I said yesterday about shootings?
Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the attacks in Christchurch, New Zealand. Now, police in New Zealand are urging people to stay off the streets and to avoid mosques in the coming hours after mass shootings at 2 mosques in the city of Christchurch. At least 49 people are dead, many others seriously wounded.
You know, like 7 times 7.
40 in the afternoon local time, the busiest day of the week for many mosques when worshippers gather for Friday prayers.
490 years.
One man who witnessed the shooting at Dean's Avenue told reporters how he and others hid under cars and tried to jump the fence to escape.
Heard, the firing, and it was from the main entrance of the building, and then everybody just ran to the back doors just to save themselves. So many injured, bullets in arms and everywhere. One people got lying there. She was just lying on the road.
CNN's Matt Rivers is tracking developments. He joins us again.
Listen
and
to this.
In the last 30 minutes, you heard it live here at CNN. Updates from the New Zealand Police Commissioner.
Tell me if you can hear a connection between the script writer, the one that writes the scripts.
About the suspects and the death toll.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting, this information coming in slowly but surely, Christy. We heard from the Prime Minister herself a bit before. We heard from the police commissioner, and the facts keep getting worse. Frankly, 49 people now confirmed dead, 41 of whom, according to the police commissioner, were killed at a mosque on Dean's Avenue in Christchurch. 7 more killed at the mosque on LINWOOD AV, and of the 40 people that were being treated at a hospital.
You heard it right. All right, so, man, 49 people were really killed, and you heard that seven of them were, from on LINWOOD Avenue, and then also with 40 and 7 and 49, 7 times 7's 49, and then 70 times 70. It's like 490 years. 70 years of the term, and 7, and then 40, and LINWOOD Ave. So there's that. It's not going to play again because I'm far away from home and the Wi-Fi ran out. So the real truth of the New Zealand shooting, right, is, well, it's a major pond with many fish, and there's there's some dumb fish that they're like and then the other ones they're swimming by, they're like, yo, look at this bait up here. I'm good. And like lightning out of the east to the west, starting in New Zealand. New Zealand's the furthest time zone away. I remember that because back on May 21st, 2011, we were looking at New Zealand to kickstart everything. So New Zealand's in the news. There's a bunch of fishermen out there fishing. They have some stinky bait. It's not like everything's not getting shut down anyway, but at this time, you know how, see, here's what I think of the shooting. Yeah, it's a terrible tragedy that 49 people would die as they tell us that somebody shot a whole bunch of people. Now, it's sad, it's sad when things like that really happen. I mean, when things like that really happen, then you have, you know, because you gotta plan for all the funerals and tell all the families, and then you know, buy all the caskets, and then they start stuffing people after they take out all their organs, and they don't tell you that, but then they have a feast. And so now it's a tragedy. Now the middle class America, and I mean, wait, no, it's not American. They were talking about that yesterday, about middle America. Now it's a tragedy. Now it's so sad to see the Sadducees and the M&Ms on the table. So it's like what I see. You know how wrestling, like professional, like WWE, and you know how like they have you know how like they kind of know what they're doing before they get out in the ring, and the one guy's fondling around with another guy in really tight underwear, and then they get all oiled up, and they like, I don't know, they kind of like, they like grab each other from in between the nutsack, and like grab them up and like hold them up there and play with their butt like as they're like holding them. And then when they have like all these things that they say back and forth to each other, when you know, like there's somebody behind the scenes that writes the script for them so they can to explain like what they're gonna do when they get out there, how they're gonna act out this scene of you know, getting tossed up in the air. Well, it's kind of the same, and it's been the same ever since the beginning. I would like to thank the Orlando studio productions for showing something that was so over the top. I mean, it's like an overdone champion. Like it was so much police activity, like it was almost the entire state of cop lights everywhere and all these people involved, and it was so over the top that at that time I woke up and said, what the F are they trying to pull? What are they trying to pull? Like, what's the purpose? Who are they trying to, you know, who are they trying to you know, what are they trying to do there? Because it seems like it's just a little bit too much. And that was the moment that I started to wake up again. And thou must prophesy again in front of all nations, kings, and tongues. Boeing 757. They're, what happened to those airplanes? Something happened to them. For some reason, Trump had to ground those. He had to ground those flights. Flight 757. Boeing 757. Something happened to him. I don't even know what happened. I just heard him talking about it, and so I just add that together, that in the news he's talking about, Trump's talking about the flight, you know how James and Trump, they talk about the same things, just different words, different wording. So I tend to believe things that happen on the news. I tend to believe everything is really happening the way they say it is, and they don't read like scripts, and they don't, and they, my favorite part is this. It's like when the guy's reading, right? He's reading, and then he looks down, and 40, and in New Zealand we have a shooting today. It's like 49 people, and so I know damn well that you're not reading down here. It's so gay. Like, what is the objective to pretend that you're not reading when I know that you are? Everybody is reading a damn script. Everybody reads their script, and especially when they try to look down here and then they talk straight into the camera for like a minute and then look down like they're reading something. I've always found that irritating, and I guess it's just because here's what I find extremely irritating, is when somebody is pretending to be something that they're not. When somebody is trying to portray this, but they're really that. And when they're pretending that they're not reading a script and they are, I get irritated. I don't really understand why, besides because it's fakery. When people are faking things, I think that bothers me the most, is when people are fake and they're portraying, and they're trying to have you perceive them as like a professional, and they're just a professional pretender. So they pretend. So there's the truth of the Boeing 50, of the New Zealand shootings. The truth of the matter is this: everything that you see on TV is